There's one point in our history where there was like all these humanoids like fighting for control. Like the little Hobbit one in Indonesia. Like, can you believe that we are the only one that like, we're like, we destroyed the rest of them, I think.
That's like my big question for Bill Nye, because I'm like, there must be life in other space-time.
Space-time? What do you mean by space-time?
Like dimensions, or like living in different time from us because they're light years ahead of us or something.
By rationality, the universe is so huge that there's something else here.
Yeah.
That's one argument. But the other argument is like, there's just no reason to not ever know them.
We have to ask Bill.
But has Bill met aliens?
We're going to ask him today. Well, we can ask him when he shows up. When you're eating lunch, we'll ask him.
I was looking up topless pictures of Bill Nye yesterday because
really?
I want to know if he had like abs.
Does he?
He has like a little V-line.
Was there any like topless photo with him just in a bow tie, like a Chippendale style?
There was, but I think it was AI.
Twisted kids. All right. Shall we?
That was in the beginning of
No, we're going to use it. We're definitely using that. I'm Nayeema Raza. This is Smart Girl Dumb Questions. And I feel like these days everybody is a DJ, or at least every guy I date is. Why is that? I'm going to ask that question today to legendary musician, producer, and legit DJ Diplo, who is not a guy I date, but is a guest today.
I'm here.
How are you?
We could date.
Are you a good date?
Do you have a boyfriend?
I don't.
Oh, it could be.
Could happen.
Could have gone on Marquee with me last night.
I was supposed to show up at Marquee last night, but I was delayed. I got into JFK at like 1 a.m.
Probably the weirdest backstage of all time.
Why?
Because the one guy followed me around. I just got my hair done. The guy with like the bob that has all these viral videos.
I saw the pictures from your
brand. And then G-Eazy was there, and then D-Nice, who's another great DJ, but didn't expect him to come to like a hard techno set at Marquee, and then another bunch of other characters that were just very unique.
So I could have come.
You could have totally fit in.
That's a good idea for a podcast, like the morning after podcast.
Of a party?
Just morning after, of a hookup.
Of a date.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty good. You just stay over, and then you bring them over, and then you're like, you wake up and the whole set's done. You're like, hey, babe. And then like the lights are on them.
Desta's there. They're like, this bitch is never leaving.
That'd be really funny, actually.
Smart Girl. Dumb Questions.
If you do not know who Diplo is, you definitely have heard Diplo. You came up in the aughts, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you were making music forever.
I've never heard actually someone call it the aughts. It sounds cool now.
Doesn't it sound cool?
The aughts means like the O's. The O's.
Came up in the O's, making the amazing album, Paper Planes with M.I.A. Since then, you have like been the mastermind behind Major Lazer. You have played every event in every corner of the world. You've come out with 2 country albums under Diplo Presents.
Yeah, Thomas Wesley. And you've done just everything, including playing Marquee last night. First of all, explain who gave you the Diplo name. It's based after the animal, the dinosaur called Diplodocus.
Ah.
It's a giant, it's this dinosaur here.
See?
And it's like it was at one point the longest
This is a good day because he's starting to take his clothes off, yeah?
The longest animal in the world. It's like a huge, like brontosaurus kind of animal. And then I had a girlfriend, she did look kind of like a giraffe, and she had like these lips that when she ate like lettuce or whatever, she kind of had these like prehensile like lip. And I always called her, she had like a giraffe face, and she said I had a Diplodocus face. Kind of was into dinosaurs. She knew that. And so I kept the name, I shortened it to Diplo because it sounded interesting. I started making logos and I was into like branding, learning about branding. I got this tattoo when I was like 17, and it was always going to be a marker on my life. Like, this is what I want to do. And if I don't make it in this creative, like this brand, I will be very sad. You know, I have to always look at it.
And now you fucking made it.
But the story is even funnier because I didn't really make it. I ended up back at my dad's house after like Philadelphia, kind of broke, working on his like bait shop, catching shrimp at night. And then I got another tattoo that has like Diplo, like with a toe tag.
Okay.
On my arm. That's just like basically that I killed the thing, the whole project. And then
wait, it literally has a little toe tag on the little dinosaur.
I'll show you that too. On the actual foot, like, you know when you go to like a morgue.
Diplo. Oh yeah,
and
little
then
toe.
After that, I was like, that sucks. So I like went back and I really grinded back in Philly, and this is around 2020. Yeah. 2001.
When did you feel like you made it? I mean, I guess you made it with Paper Planes, right?
That was the first song that I felt like, oh shit, people are listening to this song.
Yeah.
But it took a long time. That song took almost a year to reach radio. Like, it was just a record that it's been a path in my career where I make songs that are interesting. Yeah. And they're not hits, but they just somehow find their audience. Like Paper Planes was a #1 again, like last year after 20 years.
Love that. You can put your shirt back on, by the way, if you want. Whatever you prefer.
Whatever. I'll just keep, like I said, by the end of the show, I'll just have like no clothes on.
No clothing?
Yeah.
I love it. Are you going to keep at least one crock on?
That's next. That's going to go off next.
What is that? Okay.
So yeah, Paper Planes.
Paper Planes.
I had made that And I just made that thinking I was going to live in this little apartment forever in Philly. I made it in my little apartment with M.I.A, who M.I.A, and I made that song, and we made a mixtape, and I was selling it, and I didn't think anything was going to happen. And me and her ended up at the Grammys a year and a half later because I was nominated for Record of the Year, which is crazy because it's such a chaotic record.
And you guys were dating?
Yes.
Good idea, bad idea, or inevitable to date people you work with?
It's inevitable. I also was really young. I was only 24 to 27, kind of and she was older than me. I can't believe she came to Philadelphia where I lived. Even that her label sent me there because they totally thought I was a real producer, but I totally lied to them. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just a DJ. I had played in London once or twice because I built a little fan base with my party in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And she had a big record going on. I was interested mixing music together in different styles, like grime and dancehall and house music. And she came to my show. She had a record called Galang. And it was like the poppin' record. I met her there.
It was the hottest record.
It was really hot.
Aughts.
Before she got signed too. So that was signed her to XL Recordings. And they're just like, at the time, Nick Huggett was the A&R at XL Recordings. XL Recordings is an amazing label. I signed everything from M.I.A, Badly Drawn Boy, Adele. Like they're just Kicks Like a Mule. They had rave music all the way to pop music. Crazy label. And he had the idea, like, go make some songs with Diplo. And then he sent her to Philadelphia. She didn't get a hotel room. I was like, okay, stay with me. I was like living in a bunk bed in my apartment.
With your dad's?
No, it was with my other friend. It was like crazy. I was like, you can stay here. I'll sleep underneath it. And then I had a laptop. It was so crappy. And we made this music. None of it had made any sense. None of it was like good. I barely had a microphone in my studio. And we ended up with this mixtape called Piracy Funds Terrorism. And it had no real music. It was just her rapping on beats that I have, like Dead Prez and all these like hip hop
samples.
Beats. And little things I made. And one of them was like kind of Bucky Dun Gun, but it was the only thing that I kind of made. And we sent her back with it. And we kind of started, I was like, I'm kind of in love with her. So we were like dating after that trip. We sent her back to England after like 4 days. And they like called me up and like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is useless. And I was like, okay. And then a couple of weeks later, I was like, I can just sell this thing. I'll just make a mixtape out of it for her. Because that was sort of my grind in Philadelphia. I was making mixtapes and selling mixtapes and hustling. I'm like printing them and going to record stores and even places like Urban Outfitters and selling physical mixtapes.
And these are just like one-off mixtapes. There
was a point where, like how now you go to like really cool shops that have vinyl on the wall, like this, like they have their own selection of like cool records and things like that. At some point, people are selling mixtapes and CDs at like shops like Urban Outfitters or Armand's Records or Funko Mart here in New York, where kids just buy CDs because they wanted the mixtapes. It was illegal music. I was making like $100,000 a year selling mixtapes, bootleg of my music I made or like little edits I made and selling them and had a little cool artwork. They were called Hollertronics. And I was like, I can do this with her music. And it's like a first artist because at that time, people like Master P and all the Cash Money guys, Swishahouse, they were selling mixtapes in their cities like Houston, Texas, New Orleans. Yeah. And they're like making millions of dollars without
When
labels.
I made the Sublime doc, I mean, like the Sublime guys were literally like on the radio calling in, requesting music, getting you know, a little sample and then mixing it all together.
Were they unsigned? Then I guess.
Yeah, and that was before they were signed. They basically, I didn't know this, but their huge album, like the one with Bradley's back that says Sublime, he was already dead. It was a posthumous album.
Yeah, the very first album even.
No, it was their third album, but it was just like their biggest. David Kahn produced it, and it had all the hooks of like what I got.
Reggae samples and stuff like that. It was like a really big fusion album. I love that album. I live in California now, and I always thought, wow, Sublime, how did Sublime come from this? Because it's such a cool, like, everything else in Cali from that era is like very rock and punky, and I was like, this is the Venice kind of, it's crazy that sound was kind of what I was doing in Florida. There's a lot of like reggae, dancehall, ska music when I was going to high school when Sublime got big. But I was selling mixtapes and I was making money. I was like, look, I just sell this, fuck the label. I'll just sell this mixtape. And the mixtape actually was the harbinger. Like people were like, I love this mixtape. This girl's doing like the hip hop format, whatever she wants. Because this is a time when I guess DJ Who Kid and 50 Cent was putting on mixtapes before they were signed because that's how you build up hype. We just used that sort of guerrilla marketing to make it for her. And she ended up signing to Interscope off of the back of that. And then I was like, okay, I'm back in the money. We can go work on music again. So we finished Bucky Dun Gun and some other records. And then she had a little run. She was a very cool artist. And then I did work on the next album, which was a little bit stronger, had better songs like Paper Planes on it. But I had to learn, I'd like really quickly learn how to produce because I made that mixtape with her and she became a big artist. And I had to like pretend that I knew what I was doing. So that was the beginning of me taking it seriously.
I love it. And then at that point, you were locked into Diplo, even though you had the dead
at that
Diplo
point, I was
tattoo.
way too late. I'd already done like stuff. I'm like 25 at that point.
What would you change your name to if you wanted to? You
I
said you
mean,
thought
it's
about
really
changing it.
hard to have a cool DJ name, right? I don't know. People used to use their real names or fake ones, like Calvin Harris. It's not his real name.
Calvin Harris is not Calvin Harris?
Nope.
What? Okay.
His name's
Tiesto is Tiesto, right?
his name is Thijs.
That would have been equally good.
Well, he's Dutch. Like
Yeah.
Mal P's name is
Thijs.
Maurice. It was another good. Steve Aoki's name's Steve Aoki. Fred again, actually named Fred.
Fred again.
Skrillex, his name's Skrillex. No, his name's Sonny.
No one's name is Skrillex unless they were
That's like
born
sick,
to
man.
Elon
There
Musk or
There
something.
might be a Skrillex baby out there somewhere.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't know what you would change. You could always change it. It's like Prince.
Oh, I already did that. I have like 40 other projects.
I know you have so many
I
projects.
kinda
Okay, so
like-
do you have different personalities when you're like working in the different
Yeah.
projects? Like when you go do country and you're doing Thomas Wesley, are you a different dude?
I'm completely schizophrenic. I just like go put a country song on. I wear a cowboy hat and I'm like, God, snap into it. I kind of am actually. I guess physically, my ears have to be in my vibe, but I'm the same person.
Yeah.
But I did have a pretty bad haircut during my first country album. I had like a mullet and a gold tooth.
But
That whole
I feel like
persona.
that's the vibe.
It was pretty weird because I had a real gold tooth because this tooth fell out and I was going to get a veneer.
How did it fall out?
I got into a fight a long time ago
Mm-hmm.
and someone headbutted me in my mouth and the tooth was like this and I somehow like shimmied it back into place. I was like, oh shit, I couldn't afford dental. This is like when I was like 18.
Yeah. I think dental's a scam.
It was, but I needed a tooth. But anyway, slowly over 10 years, it started to get grayer and grayer. And I was like, this tooth is dead.
So teeth aside,
Yeah.
I know. Your team sent me this message. Last
weird.
week, Diplo celebrated Laser Weekend with events including an Apple Music radio takeover, surprise set during Kai Cenat's Mafiathon 3 stream, multiple pop-up performances, and a 12-hour Twitch live stream across Las Vegas. The marathon stream saw them training with the UFC champ, Merab Dvalishvili, Diplo moonlighting as an aquarium mermaid, a mukbang at a Michelin star awarded
That's a lot of stuff.
restaurant in Tai Fung, multiple sets across the city, including a massive charity block party for 6,000 people, giving one fan a $10,000 shopping spree, and more. Okay, so I read this and I'm like, I hate this question in journalism when people are like, when do you sleep? Because it's such a sycophantic, annoying question. But for you, I literally have this question. Like, how many hours a week do you sleep? Or a day?
Sometimes I get like, I got a 9-hour day last week,
Yeah.
but every other was like 4.
4. But you sleep every night?
Sometimes barely, like an hour or two, if I'm like a red eye or something, But I would imagine I get, that's 4 times 7, 28, maybe 30 hours a week.
30
probably.
hours a week.
Yeah.
So it's on average, 4.
Yeah, I mean, it comes up to it. You could probably ask Bill Nye if I'm like, have brain damage maybe on the next.
You don't seem like you have brain damage. I think
I'm
you're
pretty
highly
good at hiding
dateable.
it.
Yeah?
I'm pretty good at
Okay.
concentrating on hiding the brain damage right now.
The sunglasses are hiding the
Yeah.
brain damage.
They told me to put them on. I was like, hey, put this on before you talk to her.
Yeah, because
take
you
them
didn't
off,
sleep
though.
last night.
I did sleep last night.
I think you look great either
I did
way.
sleep last night, but I only slept. I did Jim Marquis and then I went to, after party because I wanted to like, see what's going on in New York City
Yeah.
until like 6 a.m. And then I missed Charlamagne the God podcast, which I really wanted to do, but I felt like I was going to go on the Breakfast Club.
No, it's
Charlamagne the
okay.
God, I'm really sorry. And I will come on your show. And it's been my dream. I met him this week at iHeartRadio and I was like, can I come? And he said
I
yes.
love being Charlamagne's fluffer. That's my jam.
That's-
so
yeah.
it's good. Yeah.
He's
it's fine.
he's really he's so consistent. Like
He's so consistent.
it's
He's so
crazy.
animated all the
Yeah.
time. So do you wear an Oura ring? You
I
don't
wear a
track.
Whoop band.
A Whoop band. So that's how you know how much you sleep.
Yeah.
And do you have any tricks for like when you're jet lagged or, what is it, drugs? Like what do you do to like be able to do this?
I don't do a lot of drugs, but
Yeah.
I would take like a Xanax on a plane or I don't think that's bad for you, but my doctor said to me, I was like, am I going to get like, is that going to have me memory loss? And he's like, it doesn't matter. You just need to sleep. Your brain health, like you sleeping is more important than whatever this can possibly do to you. And he has a point, but I want to just have like a time where I just can have normal sleep, REM hours on a real time zone because I switch time zones like twice a week sometimes. You know? Like I'm always on a flight. I'm probably on, I would say, how many days are in a year? I'm probably on 300. 300. That's it. That's good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in 300, probably 340 flights a year.
How long do you think you keep doing that?
I told my manager I didn't want to do it this year, and they still made a bunch of flights still because it's towards the end of the year. I have to do all these run clubs and promo and stuff. So
and then you got super into health. You started this run club like a couple years back, or
I started it. The run club I started. The last year was the first one we did where we publicly like said, "Hey, I'm going to DJ a party. You want to buy a bib? You want to come run with me?" And we did 2 cities, San Francisco and Seattle, and it was a huge success.
Yeah.
And this year we're doing 8
you have a major obsession with health these days. Did something happen to trigger that for you?
I think just talking about my lifestyle,
Yeah.
I don't really drink. And you can't drink. I'm 47 years old. You can't really drink and DJ. I had like a period probably in my 30s, like, this is crazy. This is so much fun. I'm drinking and everything. And at one point, I'm like, I can't even get up. I'm sick. And, it's not a sustainable life. The sleep is the hardest thing to do. Drinking is not, so many DJs my age are just totally sober. Like barely any of us drink. But I do take LSD.
Yeah.
Pretty consistently as like a caffeinated kind of.
That helps with the brain damage.
It does. I think it might even out the brain damage. So it fills up the part that's damaged and it just makes it look like normal.
Kids, if you're listening to this, this is not medical information, but still.
But I've had a lot of sound bites of like taking LSD by accident. Like I ran the first marathon on LSD. I did it in LA, and then I ended up doing the New Year's Eve interview with, was on CNN. And
see, it's that memory loss from the Xanax.
It was with Andy. It was with the Bravo Andy. Andy. And
Andy,
and I forget the other guy was on it. But anyway, they interviewed me, and I was on LSD, and they asked me, when's the last time you took LSD? And I was like, I'm on it right now. And then I was like, it went viral. So
love the honesty, but nothing like no major life event. Just you decided.
No, it wasn't. I've always been a healthy person, and after you get like 27, 28 as a man, you have to really take care of your body. Like it's so many years you're just like, this is it. I have like abs. I'm doing whatever. I eat like hamburgers. At some point you look at yourself and you're like, whoa, what's going on? And then I was always a kind of a runner. I liked running. I like riding bikes. I like fighting. I like boxing. I just like to do activities. And then as you get older, I'm 47. As you get older, you have to put more hours in every week.
And you ran the 2023 LA Marathon with our mutual friend, Alexi Pappas.
Yeah, I love her. She actually gave me some good running advice. I think I'm just naturally, you kind of figure out running, like your technique as it just your body does it normal because you have to do such a long time. But Alexi talks a lot when she runs.
Yeah.
It's like crazy. I had my headphones in the first marathon. I was like, oh, Alexi's gonna run me. I was like, put the headphones in and listen to some vibes. She's like, so what's up with your dad? How's he doing? And I was like, he's cool. Put him back in. She's like, oh, that's really cool. What's his favorite? I was like,
Alexi told me, so you ran that with zero preparation. And she was very curious. I mean, you probably talked about this, but how your experience as an endurance musician makes you an endurance athlete, if it does.
I mean, some DJ sets, they're usually like 3 to 4 hours, but sometimes they go 12. Some people do 24-hour sets. So that is hardcore. There are drugs involved in those sets. I've done like 10 or 12 hours like twice. And the hardest thing is just not to pee on yourself. And but you do like leave after a while and put a long song on and getting food, but the energy is just kind of there. It is pretty tiring. And I think there's a study that ravers that go for more than 5 hours do more steps than marathon runners.
Oh, for sure. Like I love seeing my steps after I'm out.
So you can actually, I think, really lose weight. Like my dancers, when I used to have dancers on stage for my major laser shows, we have 4 dancers. And I'm always like, what do you got? They were so fit, like abs, like bodies were crazy. I'm like, what do you guys want to come to the gym with me and work out? And they're just like, we don't do the gym.
They don't work out.
We just dance. Like we don't do anything. We're just like, bah, bah, bah. And
they're just naturally hot and have rhythm.
It's like, but dancing, it's crazy. It's like 2 hours of like intense move. It's like, you don't need to do any exercise.
Famously, like when you were having this experience of like going back and forth between trying to make it, living in your dad's place, I heard you say in some interview that you thought you'd never make it as a musician, or you knew you would never make it as a musician, so you decided to become a producer.
Yeah. Well,
is that right? Am I quoting you right?
I don't remember exactly what that quote is.
Yeah. The quote was, I knew I could never be a musician.
Okay.
That's
true.
What you said.
I guess a musician is crazy because musicians are someone that's like playing in the opera or, John Mayer. I don't know.
You don't think you're a musician?
I can play music now. I had to learn how to do it, but in no way would you put me in a music battle with anybody. My kids are like way better than I am. Like they play just piano and drums and they rip way better than me. I'm just a lot better at using my laptop or DJing. So that's my skill set.
What is a producer like for people who don't know music?
Did you not read Rick Ruben's book?
No, I know what a fucking producer does. I made a documentary on the band Sublime. Okay. I'm asking for my audience.
Oh, your audience. Well, audience, read about producing can mean so many different things. There's so many levels of it. There's people that are producers like Prince, who's a musician who produced Stevie Nicks' Stand Back or something, he made the whole song. Sing this, I wrote it for you, I produced it. And there's people like Rick Rubin that kind of like, I don't know, maybe turn up the bass, like something like that. That's what he does on the couch. And just like, I just, whatever, like this, the vibe is cool. Like something like that. There's people that do that. There's people like the Beatles producer who's Brian, what's his name? Andrew, you know this quite. Brian Brian Epstein, guys.
Brian Epstein.
Whack last name, but he was Brian Epstein. That's why I didn't want to say it on podcast.
Of course the sound mixer knows it.
Brian
Thank you,
Epstein,
Jared.
not related to the other guy. He was like, let's do some weird shit. So he's like, let's put in like some plate reverb. Let's do it. And the Beatles revolutionized after their first US tour, which was like them, I wanna hold your, then they're just like sitars, they're like, we can never go on tour again because we make music that's crazy.
They fucking played in like the Save Bangladesh night in the 1970s in New York City with the first sitar to be in Madison Square Garden.
They could never recreate their albums because they kind of revolutionized what does it mean to be a musician. So that's Brian Epstein's a good example.
Yeah. Who else is in the Brian
example.
Epstein files besides the Beatles?
And during that era, whatever. Producers in that era, though, are like, there's so many crazy ones that I'm like obsessed with because I really loved that era of like 60s, 70s soul jazz, rock and roll. So another crazy producer is the guy that did the Ronettes from Motown, Wallace Sound guy. Give me that name right here, too.
Sure.
Phil Spector. Another great guy. Another great producer who also crazy person killed somebody at his house. So there's a lot of weird producers out there, but...
So my friend David Kahn, who produced The Bangles, who produces Paul McCartney, produced Sublime, he told me that being a producer is like half therapist, half musician.
Yeah. That's a good example. When you do something huge, like I'm in the studio with Madonna, or I'm in the studio with, I don't know, Halsey or somebody, you spend the first day or the first 5 hours talking about what's going, like, how are you? It's like casual, you know?
But therapists aren't supposed to date their patients.
Yeah, I dated some of them, but I don't think, I think I did date a lot of people I produced. Mm-hmm. I would never do it again. Maybe I would, but it was just kind of happened and it was natural. Yeah. And it was always great. No bad vibes. Even with the M.I.A, people, it's always like Google this, like we hate each other, but like we're like, I think we're really cool. Like after 25 years, like we're super cool.
I think it also happens when you work with someone on creative projects. Like it happens.
I did learn a lot about relationships though, because I was younger and also dealing with someone in real life, like your boyfriend that you met at a restaurant or works at, like, I don't know, a lawyer, and dating somebody that is famous 24/7 on camera and has to pretend there's somebody else, like by nature, right, is very difficult because you don't know who that person is sometimes. And like, how do you switch it off?
Yeah, when you date actors, it's really hard because you're like, crazy. Is this real or is this not real?
It must be difficult to understand when it, like, I was like, damn, I was starting to date like the other person. I don't know who I was, you know, and then I didn't know who, and I was also becoming kind of famous too. And I'm like, I want to be more famous. So how do I do this? And what's my job? And then all those things you understand, like those are the kind of procedural ways to work a relationship out, but it's just on another level because it's so amplified when they're popular or famous.
So now do you think about that when you're in a relationship? Like, who is Diplo or who is Thomas Wesley or who's Wes?
I just kind of fumbled my way to who I am. I kind of just me all the time. I don't really know. I don't have to put on a mask. Like sometimes I did put on these glasses to look smarter and not as tired, but usually I am just normal.
I think you look smart and tired with that.
Yeah, that's cool. You can be smart and tired.
You look smart and tired.
I think Smart and Tired is my next album title.
I mean, that's great. I think
that could be your podcast.
That could be my Smart Girl Dumb Question. Should I change? You won't change your fucking name and you're changing my podcast name.
Hang tight for a second. We'll be right back.
What is the difference between a hook, a loop, and an earworm, if anything at all?
A hook, a loop, or an earworm?
Yeah.
Well, a hook is, I guess, the hook of the song. So you want a big, bright chorus, right? A loop is just, I mean, I'm from the hip hop world, so I learned how to make music by looping, 3, 4, 5 second loops of stuff I love, like a psychedelic rock song or whatever drums. And an earworm is just something that you have to listen to over and over again. You can't get it out of your head,
When you look at, like, what do you think is the hookiest? What's an earworm that you've had recently? Either you produced or you just listened to?
I didn't want to say this, but I downloaded that Golden song finally from Huntrix yesterday, just in case that party was like into that. And I played it and I was like, damn, I can't, I was in my head now for like 24 hours, that Golden song.
So you didn't play it?
I didn't end up playing it. It's a weird swingy ding, 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 ding. It's kind of like it's not very danceable. It's kind of Indian. Ding, 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 ding. It kind of has this
Indian music is very danceable. Thing,
but not for white people.
Not for white people.
In a party on a rooftop.
It always ends badly when white people dance to Indian music.
No, it doesn't actually, but the rhythm-wise, Indian does like a 3-4 time signature that white people definitely can't get, that Indians can bounce to, but I personally can bounce to it.
You can do it.
But I don't think I'm not going to get on the mic and be like, everybody give it a bounce. Yeah. But if I was with Major Lazer, we could teach them how to dance. Like, that's what we're really good. We can stop music and be like, everybody dance like this, and people will try it.
And people will do it.
Yeah. That's what a good DJ does.
How do you know how to read a room when you're DJing, like what the room needs? Is that just something you know?
Yeah, you can see right away. The age, the people, the reason you're there, who they are, what country you're in. I mean, it's kind of easy to read, but I have a really dynamic arsenal of music. Like, I can kind of do anything. I can play a funeral. I can play a fucking rave for 10-year-old. I can play like a elementary school party. I can play a fucking raving college tech house. I can kind of do
What
anything.
would your funeral music be? What would you start a funeral set with?
I don't know, like tequila.
It's very happy.
Yeah.
Tequila.
Why would you want to be sad?
That's fair. How do you know when a song's a hit?
Oh, I obviously don't know because my hits, they take like years to hit. I just drop them and I pray.
Can you make a song a hit, or can only the crowd make a song a hit, like a mixtape back in the day?
I would say when I did Lean On and like taking that record to like the ending, I did really meticulously use my Max Martin, Dr. Luke part of my brain. Like everything has to be I did take that. I don't have that kind of patience, but I did make that song. Like I remember having so many small changes where I was like, okay, it's actually as perfect as I can make it.
What is in your vault, like music you haven't released that you...
Oh, shoot. I got so much. I got a dope-ass Gwen Stefani song that's like crazy that we never put out. Some Rihanna stuff. Like pretty much any big artist have some scratches that are just insane, you know? Like,
do you ever go back and listen to that stuff?
It's not out because it kind of sucks.
Oh, really?
Some of it's pretty good.
David told me sometimes it's like the best song from somebody might not come out because they feel they can never hit that height again. Is that true?
You think about somebody like Jai Paul, right? He put out his record like years ago and it kind of just, family just like cousin or something leaked it and he never put out music again, but he probably has like hundreds of records that were so awesome. He just doesn't have the confidence, doesn't care. I'm not sure if that's the guy, but there's so many people that are just home bedroom like musicians, you know?
How much musical progress do you think is accidental? Because so much of your music, like you hear something, you get inspired.
Me personally?
Yeah.
Everything's probably accidental because I'm always fumbling my way into a great song, you know? When people bring up that clip on the New York Times of me producing with Skrillex, Where You Now? And there's like the dolphin sound in the back. That's just me learning how to use a certain part of Ableton that it's a pitch shifting and you just go 12, 24 times up and I'm just messing with it and stretching it. And that's just me messing with the audio file. So I'm like, that sounds kind of interesting. Nobody else would do that except someone that's really bad at playing music. I'm just like, I can fuck things up till it sounds interesting to me.
Yeah.
And I think I learned a lot of that from one of my mentors was this guy named Switch. He was a house producer in England. He was the first member of Major Lazer with me. And he was just a drunken English like scientist that was just so good at Logic, this program. And he always just would make a whole song, just put the reverb and then edit it back and start the whole song over again. He was just drunk and crazy, like an old PC cap, like Bill Nye on acid or something. So I learned from him and I didn't even know how to, I was like, that's how you make music. And then I went to like work with Dr. Luke or whatever. And I'm like, oh, you make music like that. I'm like confused. So I used a little bit of both of like, one's chaotic. One is like super clean, perfect.
Yeah.
Jeff Basker type of style. And then
it feels like music has gotten like more polished. I feel like, you know, in the late 90s, 2000s, like especially like dance hall, like electronic music, it was gritty. And now it's really like, Where Are You Now? It feels, you know, it's like,
I feel like that's a pretty rough song. I mean, I feel like it's getting, like when I talk about Paper Planes, it was nominated for a Grammy, but it had like gunshots.
Yeah, but that was gritty.
We didn't mean to do that. It was literally on a porch recorded. That's not what the Grammys, I think, wanted. The Grammy, I think the Grammy family was like, we have Alison Krauss and Jimmy Page song. We need to this is Herbie Hancock. I'm like, what the fuck is this kid screaming about robbing you? And the drums are distorted. I was like, it was a moment in time. So, but we had it was a real controversial record to be nominated for the Grammy for Record of the Year. Because Record of the Year is like everything, the way it sounds, the marketing, the production, the writers, everything about it. And I think that they just trying to, that was the beginning of the Grammys being kind of cool. Because after that, you don't have those old people on the Grammys anymore. That was like when The Who would play the Grammys. Now it's just like, who's like the new person that's going to get naked on it? Who is great.
Who's fucking cool.
Okay, but The Who is great. I love Teenage Wasteland, but I think now it's like, how can we get enough young people to watch it?
Yeah, now it's like, what are 14-year-olds listening to?
Yeah.
So what are 14-year-olds listening to? Listening to you? Man,
there's I can't believe my fan base is probably like 11-year-olds too, because I did a lot of K-pops even younger, like 7-year-olds to like 60-year-old. Oh my God, so many people are like, my dad's your favorite. I mean, is your biggest fan? And then like it's very weird.
Is there an age over which like people don't know you? Like if people are like above the age of 50, they are unlikely to know you, or 40?
I'm almost 50, but
I wonder if Bill Nye, when he meets you later, will know who you are. For sure, Bill Nye knows who I am. If
he doesn't, I'll be real sad.
Casey, his head of space policy at the Planetary Society, was like, I'm not familiar with Diplo's work.
Fuck Casey. Do you guys want to put money that Bill Nye knows who I am? Okay. I'll put $100 in.
All right. I will see your $100.
Oh, and bet against me?
Bet against you.
Let's go.
Let's go. It's our other podcast. Okay, so
Betting with the artist, okay.
betting on you. One of the things I love about your music is like how globally referential it is. Did you always have that sense of the world growing up in Florida?
Well, I don't know if you know this, but I went to Temple University in Philadelphia for anthropology. So I went to it was a big anthropology school because I also wanted to make documentaries. So I majored in film and anthropology. And I was like, my dream job was probably to be a National Geographic photographer or someone, embedded with indigenous people or giant orangutans or cannibals, whatever it was. Or maybe just people in like Mississippi where I was from, just like something interesting that's like, this is cultural. I want to archive this. And I learned a lot in anthropology school, but I learned so much more afterwards just being out there because like any discipline that's academic, you got to go do it. You can't stay in universities, like especially when it comes to creative things like culture, art, or film. You have to just go and grind. There's no way to stay in school. And when I remember being there, I'm about to go to grad school. I tried a bunch of schools. I was like, man, all these professors are just like guys that didn't make it. They kind of like, I was like, I need to get out of here. This is like a trap.
Yeah, and that's when
I dropped off, and I was like, what I'll do? I'll just try everything. And my first thing was going to India, and my professor at Temple University was awesome. He brought a group of kids to India, and they just left us there.
Yeah.
And I just kind of finished there, and then I just bought a motorcycle and traveled around India for 6 months.
And you've been to Pakistan.
I've been to Pakistan twice.
To Islamabad, right?
Yeah, it's like more of a chill city though, right? I want to go to Karachi.
Karachi is where the party's at. And also, have you been to like the mountains, the north?
We had a girl that played with me called Elephant. She was a Swedish girl, and we did a show in Islamabad. It was still kind of sketchy because we had like bomb threats. People were going to kill everybody at the show, whatever.
Yeah. And
I was like, well, whatever, let's go. It'd be a cool Wikipedia way to end. I just blew up in Islamabad.
I always think of that, like want to die young and full of potential. And we're running out of time. I
was like, really, am I going to get blown up in Islamabad? That's kind of fire. Like, let's go. So I didn't have to know. The guy was it was a fake.
There's always next year, Wes.
Yeah. I can go. We can try another time. Anyway, this girl was there, and she's like, I was like, where's your flight out? She was like, no, I'm going to stay for like 2 weeks. So I'm just going to go up into the mountains.
Yeah, she went to like Gilgit and stuff.
Bro, she was like by herself. This like little Swedish girl. And I hit her up like 2 weeks later. She was like, it was the best. I spent like $4. I saw the most beautiful. I shot a video by myself. Everybody was so nice to me.
But in the north of Pakistan, people look like that. They're much fairer, blue-eyed.
Pakistan's a really diverse country.
It's super,
I've met people from Pakistan that are like very dark skin, curly hair, some people, and then people that are just like, could be, I don't know, Russian.
Yeah.
So you're from Pakistan. You went to Indonesia.
I grew up in Indonesia and Sudan.
So do you like Bhangra then?
I love Bhangra.
Because when I was in Pakistan, I didn't realize like how shared the culture is.
Punjab, because Punjab is split.
Bhangra is crazy genre.
Bhangra is great.
I worked with Diljit, and
Diljit is awesome.
He's so badass.
He's great.
Should I take my sunglasses off now?
Take them off. What do you think? Your team's like, no. I think it's fine.
I'll put them back here. We're gonna do some outfit changes. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Do you want to wear my clothes at some point? Do a trade?
I'll wear your shirt. Wear your shoes.
Here.
What size shoe do you wear?
37.
I don't know what that is.
6.5.
You got some small feet.
That's
you want both shoes?
This is good. Let's see. Look at Annalisa trying to get her camera.
Fucking cramp.
If you break my fucking Manolos, no, I'm just kidding.
These are really Manolos.
Yeah, they're Manolos.
You're making money in this podcast, huh?
That's before my podcast days.
Dude, this don't fit one till I'll try it. You just hang out in these all day long?
Yeah.
Sucks to be a girl.
You don't like them? I feel these are really comfortable because they're. By the way, I gotta say your shoes are a little bit sweaty.
They are, but I put insoles in them because I have to do run club tomorrow. My heel broke. That's disgusting. I'm sorry. Take the insoles out. Take the insoles out. You want these back? What do you think I do? Your feet are wet too, I bet. Let me see your feet.
They're not sweaty. My feet are not.
Do you think the insoles are real? Let me see your feet. They're kind of dirty at the bottom.
They're not dirty. Well, they're not that dirty.
My shoes are off then. Okay, let's keep going. More shit's off.
More shit's off.
Bill Nye won't be naked, but I will.
A couple episodes ago, I talked about how my first boyfriend had a foot fetish. And then I thought everybody had a foot fetish.
No.
Because that was like my first experience having sex. So my second boyfriend, I'd be like, and he's like, what the fuck are you? He's like, get the fucking foot
That is
out
kind
of
of
my
crazy.
mouth. Yeah.
I think it's pretty random to have a foot fetish.
So
I do think a lot of
more.
like sex fetishes are just kind of like, you just kind of end somewhere. Like you just kind of like, I don't know if you're born with them, but you just
I feel like a lot of them are like cultivated eccentricities. Like dating men in New York, they all have like weird habits. They're like, oh, I sponsor a sloth facility in
a sloth? That's his fetish?
Costa Rica. No, I mean just meet people with like cultivated eccentricities because they're like not interesting, and then they find a random thing.
are just what's the word you said?
Cultivated eccentricities.
Eccentricities.
Is that not how you say it?
It is. I just didn't hear it. I just can't pronounce words that well.
Okay.
That's the brain damage.
We're never going to get to Ali Sethi.
Okay, let's Ali Sethi.
Ali Sethi, the musician behind Pastori, said that you seem to love South Asian culture. And women, I added the second part. Are you planning on exploring Desi grooves and melodies in a more comprehensive way? Like, would you play with more instrumentation?
I was just so inspired by India, just the craziness. And I was there, I would say I was there around the time their real industrial revolution was happening. Like there was still the trucks were on dirt roads, running over cows.
Yeah.
There's no women in the street after 9 p.m. And then I go to Mumbai now and it's like, girls are dressed like it's Berghain with like leather till like 4 a.m. It's like a completely crazy place now. So I saw like this transition. And you know, cool thing about Indian music now is that a lot of it is like artists making it themselves and not soundtracks. Just forever, it was like 100 years of just Ashaputli, like all these people, like
music soundtracks.
The same 5 people singing every song, right?
Yeah, yes.
And now there's like people like Hanuman Khan and all these dope, like dope rappers, and like the kids are just like asserting themselves, and it's really cool. I was there from the beginning. Remember, like recording kids that were freestyling. I had a little band when I lived in Gujarat for a little while.
You
and I
lived
had
in
a
Gujarat?
little band. Yeah.
Do you ever eat in the Hotel MG?
I lived in it's like talking about Ahmedabad, right?
Yeah, in Ahmedabad.
Nah, I was in the sticks.
Oh, okay.
It's a place called Hollywood on the border with Pakistan. It was not hotels.
I've only been to India once. It's really hard to get a visa as a Pakistan. As like a, even though I couldn't go.
I had to use a different passport to travel around them, but I was like around. I could have walked. It was after the earthquake.
For sure, you would have gotten shot, and that's like a
bad.
much less exciting way to go.
There's a long border though. I probably could have found.
They do the Wagah border. Did you see the crossing? They do like that whole dance.
They had some sketchy ones like a couple months ago. They were like starting to like have a little more beef. I love that though.
Yeah, a little beef.
We should do that with Mexico every once in a while.
We'll do a little skirmish. You're sounding very
just like we had to have like a little show of power at the edge or whatever.
I feel like the Mexican side of the dance would be so much better than the American side of the dance.
Americans would be so boring. Like, and
do it with the Canadians. That's going to make America look better.
They would be real boring.
Yeah,
we could win that culture.
Although the best strip clubs in the world are in Montreal.
I thought that, then I went to a really bad one last month. I felt like I fell in love so many times in Montreal at the strip clubs, and I was like, let me go see what's going on. And I felt like I lost that era's gone. But that place is just a horny place. That's where Pornhub. It's just a very porny city, Montreal.
Canada, porny. They have a hot
Quebec
prime minister now. Prime Minister Carney. He's
hot.
Yeah, I saw him speak this week during the UN General Assembly. He came to the Council
UN General Assembly?
Sorry, I went to. I'm a member of Council on Foreign Relations, so I went to hear him speak to the council.
And now Katy Perry is dating Justin Trudeau.
I know. Fuck.
Pretty fire.
I know so many people who like kind of
dated Katy Perry, like me.
Oh, did you date Katy Perry? I meant Trudeau.
Oh, I did date Trudeau too.
Yeah, that's gonna go.
That was a weird one though.
Really? Why?
Because I'm just not.
He's a prude,
I'm not into politicians.
I call him Prudo. Yeah.
You met him before?
No, I haven't. I think he's hot.
He's kind of hot. You know who his dad is?
Who's his dad?
Fidel Castro.
No, is not.
100%.
You think his dad is Fidel Castro?
It's on the internet.
What? This is misinformation.
No, he is.
This is like what kind of crazy conspiracy shit are you reading?
His dad is his Canadian dad. I took 10 before I got his. I would not be this active. His dad was going down to Cuba a lot, had a good relationship, and his mom was hot, and his mom was like hanging out with Fidel, and then they had a fucking baby, and that is Trudeau.
Okay, I'm going to take your $100 bet on Bill Nye and give you $1 million bet on Trudeau.
Google this. Did you look it up on the internet? Someone put it up.
Dustin's going to look it up.
It's a Trump claim.
It's a Trump claim.
No, it was before Trump.
Oh, man. Okay, we
let's go move on. This isn't a politics podcast.
Sometimes, no, it's really not.
I did go to Cuba. We had a huge concert there right before when Obama was president. They had like a 2-year period. We were all chilling there. And then we went and played for almost 2 million people.
So cool.
In front of the American embassy.
I love that.
It was pretty cool.
That's awesome. Where would you like to go that you haven't been? Trying to go to like Pyongyang, North Korea?
I'd like to go there, yeah.
I've been there.
Really?
For 8 days.
Do you know there's a club there called the Diplo?
No, fuck, really?
Yeah, it's the only club in Pyongyang.
What is the weirdest gig you've ever played? Did you play like Kim Jong-un's 40th birthday or something secretly?
Kim Kardashian, Jong-un.
I went to a thing recently where it was like the Forbes marketing conference, and they had a special guest from Live Nation. Everyone was so excited. And then it was Eddie Vedder. And I didn't know who Eddie Vedder is.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I know who Pearl Jam is. I know who Pearl Jam is, but I didn't know who Eddie Vedder is. But like all these women were swooning for him, all these like kind of Gen X-y women.
This is a Silicon Valley kind of thing?
Yeah. And then fast forward to, I thought like within 5 minutes, I was like, this guy's a fucking rock star. Like I was swooning for him.
He looks like a rock star.
Like once a rock star, always a rock star, right? Do you think you had the swagger before you became Diplo, back from the dead, deceased toe tag Diplo?
I mean, I think I had just like a wandering, kind of cowboy thing in my mind all the time. I could always be myself just on a trip, I kind of feel like I'm always on my own journey, and that might be the only real swagger that I have, because I'm still pretty dorky. Like, I don't really have, I'm not like Eddie Vedder.
Yeah.
I hung out with Axl Rose once, and he was like, I thought he was really cool too.
Wait, you think Eddie Vedder's like a bigger star than you?
As far as a rock star, yeah. I mean, I'm not like, it's weird. I'm a DJ, so it's like
DJs are rock stars now.
It's a new thing, but we're not like actually cool. It's a pretty dorky job.
Why is everybody a DJ right now? Does that really annoy you? Like, every guy on Raya is a DJ. It's like a DJ/attorney, a DJ/whatever, DJ.
It's just easy to do. And it also means you're cool. It means you're like functionally, I know what's going on. Like, if you like write it
But
as your
does it
other
actually
job,
mean you're cool, Wes?
No, it doesn't at all.
Yeah.
I'm a good DJ. It's like my job. I really take pride in it.
Yes,
and
I know you're a
I
good
still
DJ.
love doing it. Like, I can pull up. And even last night, I had the best time at that corporate party. I was like, fuck it, let's drop some Katy Perry. Let's do whatever. Let's do this. Play some weird shit. And then I just have fun. And I can always kind of understand a crowd. Then I went to Marquee and I played like hardcore, like more techno kind of vibes. And I mixed it with like Brazilian music. And then at the end, I was playing like, I don't know, some weird shit. But it went off into like whatever journey I want to go into. So I think it's just accessible. All you need to do is buy this $1,000 thing, and I can teach anybody. But they change every day. Now there's like one box that's called like Alpha Theta that just has a thing instead of having 2 CDJs or turntables. Yeah. That's another old thing.
I've seen Snoop DJ, and he'll be just like smoking a J and pointing at shit that someone else does.
Yeah.
That's also DJing.
He just is fucking the coolest person in the world,
coolest.
though.
He doesn't need to be a DJ, but he can.
But that's just...
Hang tight for a second. We'll be right back.
Okay, how are we doing on time, by the way? We're good.
I got 6 hours. What do you got? How much time we got?
We've been here forever.
Coming.
No, we got to be, but I think it would have been fun to have you and Bill Nye together.
I'm ready. I'll stay till he comes.
So we'll need another chair, or Dustin will kill me. But yeah,
we should totally.
No. Oh my God.
Can he?
I'm actually going to play him this random clip from Joe Rogan.
I hope he knows me.
Joe Rogan says, I know, I've like really tapped at your inner insecurity that Bill Nye, our childhood hero.
How actually old is he though?
69. What an age.
That's a good one.
What
He's been 69 for 5 years. Okay.
Anyways, a friend of mine, Ryan, whose Burning Man camp you played the year that you and Chris Rock ran away from Burning Man.
I probably played like 20 camps every year. What's the name of his camp?
Ryan.
The name of the camp's called the Ryan.
Oh, I don't know what his name is.
Come to the Ryan.
I've never been to Burning Man. Anyways, people call you the Forrest Gump of music. That you play.
I never heard that.
Ryan called you that from the Burning Man
Ryan
camp.
Gosling?
Ryan, who you've forgotten from the one of 20.
From Ryan camp? This guy's fake. You made it up.
Camp Ryan. No, but Forrest Gump of music. Like, you play every single genre. You dabble in everything.
Did do a lot.
Do you identify as the Forrest Gump of music?
Well, I'll tell you what. Forrest Gump is from Alabama. I'm from Mississippi. So we're like kind of like right there next to each other. Born there. But other than that, I will tell you one thing. I really love history and culture. That's like the thing that I'm into. And when I showed my children Forrest Gump, it was the first like movie that they were like understood like history a little bit. It's a great film to watch American history. It's like in the music, that soundtrack like changed my life.
That soundtrack is wonderful.
I loved it so much. It's the only thing me and my dad like really bonded with. It was like, I'm a huge Creedence Clearwater Revival fan. Like everything on it, Jimi Hendrix. That soundtrack is amazing. So it's like that movie is one of my favorite movies of all time. So I would love that he thinks I'm Forrest Gump. He was good at running though, way faster than I was.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're kind of like the Forrest Gump because you're playing music, you're running.
But I think he didn't do it with purpose. He just kind of like fell into it. I feel like I do have a little more purpose than Forrest Gump.
But you watched it with your kids and you said your dad watched the movie.
It was the first time I saw my movie where I was like, the history that because my father also went to Vietnam and I really, it was a big turning point for my whole family because it meant a lot to how I was brought up. Yeah. Because we're from a really low-class like family in Florida. And like fortunately, so my dad had to go to Vietnam. And my dad went in his little early 20s, but he came back on the GI Bill, went to college. And because of that, me and my sisters were the only kids that ever went to college because my dad went to college and had money to put us in college. So like it was like it broke a cycle of kind of poverty for my family.
Right.
So
probably inspired a grind.
Yeah, and he brought back the discipline from the army that really he instilled in me secretly. Yeah. So I never really understood that until I was older. And people were like, why are you so determined? How do you always figure it? And I'm like, that was kind of like what my dad, me and him fought all the time when I was younger, but I still was like, damn, to get from point A to B is such a skill. That's what a lot of young people don't have. And I'm glad I got that from my father. When a lot of musicians don't find their way to like success, it's because it's not a clean path. It's not like a checklist you can get off of YouTube. It's literally just every day show up and
discipline.
do it. Yeah, like.
How do you teach that to your kids? Do you teach that to your kids? Can I ask?
Do I take what?
Do you teach that to your kids?
I'm trying.
Because like now you fancy.
Hard. I'm seeing them learn. They're into music now without me. Like they don't even want my help, and I'm like trying to teach them. Like this is AI. You should do this because this is it. They're like, nah, Dad, we're good. We just play drums.
Yeah.
But I slowly saw my son. I don't want to. It's hard when you're a father because you just want your kids to be kids as long as possible. So I just like. My son's about to be he's a sophomore in high school, and I'm just like, man, just get over here, go to this and that. Like, but I'm like, kind of wasting my energy with him, you know.
Yeah.
And then I was at the house the other day, just hanging out, like sitting there while he's playing, kind of like on his Rubik's Cube, and he got obsessed, and he ended up doing. He like after 2 days, we're just like walking around the Rubik's Cube, and he can do it in like 40 seconds now.
Amazing.
So I was like, okay,
40 fucking seconds.
Yeah. So I was like, that's discipline. So he kind of he's secretly getting it without me. Beating the shit out of him or something. He's like actually kind of just, I like this. I want to get good at this.
I feel like so much of like what you end up doing as a kid. I interviewed 2 11-year-olds. They're actually my favorite guests. I've had a lot of star fuckery kind of guests, but like
am I smarter than the 11-year-olds?
They might have been the wisest of anyone that I've had on the show.
Well, that's good you say that because my kids, when they were 12, they're writing love songs at like 12. And I'm just like, what do you guys know about love? But it's interesting.
But I asked them all about it. Like
because our knowledge is a bit tainted, right?
I think there's just something so pure. And the reason I liked 11 is I think actually it relates to music. When I was buying my own music, I was buying CDs, I was like going, and I felt like I had my own taste all of a sudden. Like I think you start having an independence and like a sense of self at that age. There's something that happens.
Because you're buying this for you. Like you're buying that poster for your wall. This represents me. And I think my son doesn't even have that. He like only has like 5 songs on his Spotify.
Really? Are they all by you?
No, they're all, there's a mix. It's one of mine, one Red Hot Chili Peppers. There's like a...
Which Red Hot Chili Peppers song?
He really likes... I saw them
at Coachella in 2014.
Cole, what song is that? And then he really likes Green Day.
Oh, I love Green Day.
He likes Green Day.
Dookie?
He likes Dookie a lot.
That's great. It's all vintage. Everything is like, everything old is new again.
And he likes U2, Sunny Bloody Sunday. He likes vibes.
Yeah.
I think that you don't get a lot from electronic music. You get from the bands. Like when we had, our generation was so lucky to have, you know, I don't know if you were a Pearl Jam fan because you didn't.
No, I'm like a little young for Pearl Jam.
Nirvana.
Like 10, yeah.
Do you like Nirvana?
Yeah, Nirvana I like, but like.
What was your favorite like rock band when you were growing up?
I feel Green Day was maybe my favorite.
Oh, that's a good one.
And I love No Doubt. And when I interviewed Gwen for.
Favorite.
I love No
God.
Doubt. I interviewed Gwen and Tony for the Sublime doc, and I was like so like, you know, obsessed
because they were after.
They were around the same time, and they were both at Interscope, but like they came up in that kind of ska, surf, skate culture of California that is very similar to like the kind of ska, surf, skate vibes of the 90s in Indonesia as well.
Really?
So, yeah, because, it's like you surf. Like,
do people surf outside of Bali all around Indonesia?
Yeah, but like, that was like middle school. Like, you know, like my boyfriend was on a skateboard and it was like people were graffitiing. It was just, that was so cool. It was like edgy at that time.
I really love Indonesia. Super weird.
That's where all boy bands are minted, by the way. Like I went to some test for 98 Degrees. Like when they were like a test band.
Oh, they go there to see if the market likes it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's where they take off at the beginning.
When I first started going to Indonesia, my first time I went there, we had Major Lazer had a show there and I got kidnapped.
What?
At the show by the police.
The police kidnapped you?
Yeah, they took me off stage while I was DJing and dragged me into their car and like stopped the music. And then the promoter's like, what do you have? And they took me in the car and drove me to like a random street.
They just were bribing you.
Well, the promoter had to call his cousins, like prime minister guy, and he walked over to the police with like his pajamas on, like, oh, fuck them. Like, so the police were trying to do some like hustle thing. Like we just, the permits weren't pulled right, like whatever it is. And I was in the car just on my phone. They didn't care. I was like, I'm kidnapped. Can someone come like figure out where I'm at? And then this guy came like all angry in his pajamas, like talked to them, like, get that. And they got me. I had to walk to like another car and went back to the show.
There's always that shakedown.
It's not as bad as like, I guess India might be the hardest.
Speaking of India, you did a song with Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah.
For Jab Harry Met Sally.
Yeah. I'm in the video dancing.
Yeah.
My kids met Shah Rukh Khan, and I have a picture of them with him. It's really cool.
But he basically got like denied at the Met Gala this year. People didn't even know who he was. He's
really?
Such an icon.
He's bigger than Tom Cruise.
I know. He is Bollywood star, like global icon,
okay.
Shah Rukh Khan.
He has a place in Goa, and I remember my friends like, we want to meet Shah Rukh Khan. And he flew me to Goa, and we just like drank whiskey at his little villa there and talked about that song. And then,
Pur.
Yeah, Pur.
Pur.
I love that. We shot that
The
video at the
Raw.
Houdini house in LA.
One word for him.
An interstellar planetary phenomenon. He's so good looking still.
See, I love it. So what? Okay, so
You know, I was a good looking Indian guy, but this might be out. Hrithik Roshan had this crazy,
Hrithik Roshan.
He had this crazy face. It's like didn't look Indian, but he looked like this like now he looks like one of all the WWE guys that are from India because there's a lot of them now. It's so big there, but he was like the first buff
That's like a
chiseled
thing.
chin.
Everyone's getting into the manosphere.
Yeah.
Everybody's like working out to Hassan Piker and doing the thing.
The girls back in those days, like I can't remember their names now, but all the actresses around that time were like insane.
Dimple, Kajol, Aishwarya Rai.
Oh my God, she was like, she really had green eyes.
Yeah, those are not her eyes.
I have a shirt, like a fan shirt of hers that has like her. I got
Her
in India.
face?
Yeah, like it has like her name on it, like it's like Notorious Big. It just says her, and it's like beautiful.
We didn't answer this, but where did you want to go that you haven't been?
A lot of Africa because it's so massive. I've been a lot over Africa, but there's so much. Like even the Sahara is so big.
Yeah.
You know, Sudan. I don't know, some crazy places that just like, what the hell's going on there? I want to go to fucking. You know, I want to go.
Where?
I want to go to Yemen.
By the way, there are so many parties all over the place. What do you think is hot and not overly played out in the party scene?
What cities?
Part of the world, yeah.
Oh, there's like a circuit. Do you know about this? It's like kind of like it's Ibiza, Tulum, Canarios, like the Hamptons, like this kind of.
But don't you think that's all played out? Like, is there something else that's coming up?
It's the same exact people, and there's like nobody new. And when I first went to Burning Man 15 years ago, I'm just wandering around. I had a bike and listening to dubstep or whatever. I'm just like, what the hell? It's just so crazy of a thing. And now when you go there, it's just like the same promoters and rich people from every city that just go there. They buy it. There's nothing. There really was like an inept of culture unless you can find it. But I've already like made my way to like the top of it, so I'm kind of bouncing around those places, and it's hard for me to like get integrated to like where the culture was anymore there. I'm sure it is. I just think it's dead for me.
Yeah, so you don't go to Burning Man anymore, right?
I didn't go last year, no, or this year.
You gonna go again?
I think I did my time.
Yeah.
I think it served its purpose for me.
No longer a
I like to
burner.
do it.
But you're going back to Coachella for the first time in 10 years,
Coachella,
right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So you're talking about all the stuff I did in that day for Major Lazer, right? Because we started doing Major Lazer again, which is a really old project in today's, it's like 15 years old, right? So,
but people, I feel like young people know Major Lazer for sure.
Then
right?
our songs come back, like Lean On comes back on TikTok and becomes big again, and some things. Then we have a new girl that joined the group named America Foster, and it's important to, I guess, to show kids. Like we did all that streaming on Twitch for one day, and we were on.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
We did all that so we could. You guys are really. Someone's getting arrested here.
Crime scene.
Crime.
We got to look into.
Who's the mayor?
Eric Adams. I interviewed him.
Here.
I interviewed him.
Is he gonna win?
No,
chance,
I
right?
mean they're saying that he's going to drop out this week.
So for him, who's gonna win?
Cuomo was at a dinner telling donors that he's going to go out this week. Zoran,
Should
probably.
I run?
Zoran.
Why don't you run?
Huh?
Why don't you run for mayor?
You think I could run for mayor?
You're pretty smart.
No, I think that I have too many skeletons in the closet.
Yeah, but I mean, Trump. I mean, you kind of like get rid of him, I guess. I don't know.
I can't because Fidel Castro is my dad. I didn't want to tell you, but that's it.
And that's pretty bad. But as long as you were born in America, it's fine, I guess.
I was born. I was born in
good.
D.C. and then
You're
I
good.
left when I was 6
Then
weeks
your dad's
old.
Cuban, but it's fine.
But it's not fine. Okay, wait. Sorry. So you were saying this Coachella. You have to introduce.
So
we're all over the place. We're
we're cops outside
microdosing.
trying to break into this place while I'm doing the podcast, trying to take me and Bill Nye to jail. So
at least then he would find out who you are in jail.
We'll be in jail together.
You could be like a prison couple.
What'd you in here for? I don't know. Doing some some science tricks.
What's amazing about Bill Nye is so iconic, his visual, that I'm now picturing him in like an orange jumpsuit with a bow tie.
Oh, that would do that for him. I quit this podcast. I'm out of here.
Call Charlemagne.
What the fuck?
I feel like you have time.
We can just edit all that in there.
No, it's fine. We're going to leave it in. It's just
AI.
the reality.
Well, I don't even know what I was talking about. I was trying to tell you about
Coachella, Major Lazer. Why you want to bring the
introducing
kids?
the project back to people is important brand awareness. So like when we get to Kai Cenat stream, he's like, that's a big deal. He's doing this Mafia-thon. You talk about not sleeping. I don't sleep that well, but this guy's awake for 30 days.
Kai Cenat.
Yeah. And even at night when they put him in a bed, you can just donate money and they slam the bed shut while he's in it and like spin it around and pour water on him while he's
He
sleeping.
got in trouble in New York. He like caused a kerfuffle.
A kerfuffle?
Yes, a kerfuffle. You're DJing the San Vicente Bungalow holiday party.
I didn't know that.
Don't you know that?
How do you know that?
Huh?
I just found that out, but
what is that?
I don't know what that is. It's in LA. I'm taking my kids out to Halloween, so it's like I just drive there and get some money, I guess.
Yeah. Well, how much do they pay for these things? Can you say?
I can't, but it's a lot to leave my house, I guess, to go do something like that. I like to do everything kind
What
of
do you
party.
do for free? that you like doing with
Shit,
them?
I played for I don't know. I show up randomly to so many places, just play parties sometimes.
Yeah, this podcast.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sending a Venmo to that guy with that. I mean, so many times, like random bars, like fundraisers for kids. I mean, just Burning Man, things like that. You just show up to like 10 shows in a row, just bang, bang, bang. I mean, I try to get the money when I can, and then spend my energy on things that mean more profile wise. Like when we did the Major Lazer show on the street, or the one in London and for free. That's optics.
Is there a time in your life that you miss?
I don't miss anything. Everything that made me, I'm so happy that I had went through it. Like I think every moment of my life, and I still have full control of my life, and I can still do anything. Like there's still so much to do. Yeah. And I'm so happy with all the bad decisions I made because I learned from them, and the good things and the accidents that I had. And then, they're like, well, how'd I end up here? And then, like I said, you just got to show up every day and just try to do your best and make the best out of it.
2 last questions, or 3 actually. 1, who's like the next generation Diplo? Who do you see who's young, who's doing this?
I would hope it's not just a DJ, because I kind of accidentally became a DJ, I think.
Do you think it's just ChatGPT or some AI?
It's definitely an AI creation blob person, maybe a really hot girl that is AI
avatar.
That does everything, avatar girl, because I do consider myself sort of like a cultural agitator. I'm purposefully trying to mix things up and do things weird. It's not just regular. I'm not just trying to be the biggest DJ, have the biggest hits. I think my career was trying to do something meaningful in the fabric of humanity. But I don't know if that's another DJ can do that. Not just gassing myself, but I don't think that's the purpose anymore of DJing. I think it's going to be somebody another phase, something like an AI thing.
Really?
Because when I look at what it's recommending, it's pretty perfect. I'm on YouTube or I'm on Spotify or whatever, so it kind of knows who I am.
It knows who you are.
It knows who we are. So it's a DJ's job is to sort of surprise you with what. I always try to give this quote and nobody picks up on it, but a great DJ can, rock a party and make an amazing situation happen. But the next level DJ gives you music you never heard and kind of confuses you, but you learn something. That's kind of what a great DJ can do.
Yeah, they incept.
Yeah, exactly.
Is acoustic ever coming back? Because acoustic music, I feel like acoustic music was so big.
Did you not hear Gigi Perez? She had Sailor's song last year. It was just her and a guitar.
Yeah, that's true.
#1. She's awesome.
But remember the days of MTV Unplugged, and now it's everything is very produced.
I mean, Justin Bieber's swag was fully in a
that's fair.
Room mic.
I guess there's no one kind of music.
Everything's just everything's everything.
Do you ever think about not making stuff because there's so much stuff out there,
every
the world?
day.
And so what keeps you going?
I just want to add to that whole garbage pile
of shit.
Because that's where I make money. I mean, I have a project called Doom Scroll that's literally just me trying to make the craziest TikTok-ready, insane Memphis funk music to just blow people's minds and release as fast as possible.
Yeah, and you spell it all funky
exactly.
Elon Musk is your baby daddy
exactly.
kind of thing.
That's kind of the whole idea is what does the end of the internet sound like? And that's this genre.
Yeah.
So I try to push every time, try to find something new.
I love it. Okay. Why the fuck has Jack U not gotten back together?
Oh, that's an easy one to answer. Skrillex hates me. And I can't even, and if you even follow me on Instagram and you talk to him and he'll unfollow you. It's a real kind of crazy hate that I just can't understand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what is the real issue, but we've tried to have some mediation. I tried. There's no on his side, but I love the guy. We were like brothers. And I think I'm a bit of an older brother to him. I'm a lot older than him, but maybe there's a dynamic that didn't work and it just was broken, but I just freaking love him. We had a whole second album.
I mean, that music was, you guys had a whole second album.
We did a whole second album. We recorded so many weird records with Charlie XCX, Florence and the Machine. It probably feels dated now, but we were really a good combo because I have real wild, out-of-pocket ideas for pop music, and he just is, nobody's better than him at creating sound that just sounds like, what the fuck, So together we had a great combo.
I had every episode of Smart Girl Dumb Questions asking my guests a dumb question they had that they haven't bothered to find out. I mean, yours is obviously whether or not Justin Trudeau was Fidel Castro's baby. Anything else that you have?
Question? Do we ask him to do a DNA test?
Yes. But something that what's a question that we could go help answer for you? I think that this one, I am pretty sure the answer is
I got
no.
money on it. So.
Okay.
It's $1,000 and then Bill Nye for me is $100. Whatever.
$100 and Bill Nye. We're good.
I'll catch up to you about it later. My question is, how do water mammals like drink water. They live in salt water, like dolphins and stuff. What do they drink?
Oh, I think they desalinate, right?
That's a pretty complicated thing to do.
Huh. I like that question. I don't know the answer.
Yeah.
You've stumped me. Okay, we're going to find out. I love it.
Like manatees, that's a thing. They kind of like float into the freshwater to drink it. So like dolphins and whales.
You're going to be a cultural anthropologist or a marine biologist?
I just like manatees, but I was going to be a cultural anthropologist.
You worked in a zoo.
I did.
What was your favorite animal?
They're all pretty sad looking, but just alligators.
It's so sad to see animals in a zoo.
I saw one really awesome animal that I never saw again at the San Diego Zoo. It is the condor from Alaska called the Stellar Sea Eagle, and it's like taller than you. It's like an eagle that only flies for 20 minutes a day because it's so heavy and it has a fine one.
Does it wear Manolos too?
It does wear Manolos.
I knew it.
No, but it was like on a perch and it was like taller than her.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
It's really cool. Stellar Sea Eagle.
That's a good favorite animal.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Wes. Thanks for putting up with this like loud, crazy vibe.
No, it's nothing. I can't believe you picked it up on the mic.
Yeah. I'm sad that you kept so many clothes on, but you know.
I said my shoes are sweaty. I felt really, I felt kind of weird about that. So I put them back on.
No.
Pants are going to go off next too.
Were they?
Yeah.
It's not too late.
I have a swimsuit on. I'm going to go to yoga now.
We're going to show the abs to compare to Bill Nye.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No, really. Show Bill Nye.
Look at that.
Wait, there's something good lighting. Tell Bill Nye, come at me. You don't know who I am? Bill Nye.
Thank you so much. You're great.
What a trippy episode, and it really answers this question of how to be so prolific, which in Diplo's case involves lots of running, very little sleep, and a ton of peripatetic travel, which, is not necessarily a lifestyle I would recommend. And speaking of which, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see behind me is south of France. I'm in Europe right now with Diplo, of course. I'm kidding. I'm here for a wedding, which is not my own. But while we're fact-checking, I should also say that Fidel Castro is not Justin Trudeau's father. That is definitely misinformation. And Diplo is, though, as he said, a very good DJ, as he reminded me. But what I really liked in that episode was how he talked about not just wanting to be a hit maker, but trying to do something meaningful in the fabric of humanity. And what he said about AI, being the next him was wild. But I really think that his work has done that. And for me, it was really reflected in the diversity of it, the internationalism of it. There's so many parts of the world and so many different cultures that he infuses into his work. And, when I was doing the Sublime documentary, a lot of times I would hear this term cultural appropriation. People would ask me what I thought about that. And I would always reply that I think there's a lot of love and respect and homage in the work that was being done there, a lot of care for the music and a lot of love and dignity in that music. And I think that I would say the same about Wes's music. What I hear and see when I listen to him is a lot of love for the different cultures that he gets to experience. And I just love knowing that he kind of approached it with this desire to be an anthropologist or a documentarian. And I think in a lot of ways his work does that. So anyways, I encourage you to check out Diplo's work if for some reason you haven't heard it. You should definitely check out the song Purr that he did with Shah Rukh Khan for Jab Harry Met Sejal. You should also check out his country album, Diplo Presents Thomas Wesley. And you should very much check out his music with Skrillex, which OMG, I'm so sad that they are never, ever getting back together, it sounds like. Though I would love to hear the other side of that story too, to know what happened, to end that bromance. But that's it for this week. If you want to know if Bill Nye knew who Diplo was and who won the bet, you got to tune in later this month for the Bill Nye episode. It's awesome. He is a national treasure, and we have a great conversation about science, why it's so important we invest in it, and his work at the Planetary Society, this awesome institution. Anyways, that's it for this week. If you like this show, please like, review, comment. Please definitely follow the show and encourage your friends to do the same. This episode was produced with Annalisa Cochran and Healy Cruz. It was recorded and edited by Desta of Wonder Studios. Our on-site engineer was Jared Soliveira. And our theme music is by my great friend, David Kahn, who was discussed in this episode. I'm your host, Nayeema Raza, and I'll see you next week on Smart Girl, Dumb Questions.